Hey there, welcome back to the channel. What comes to mind for you when I say these two words? Toxic workplace or toxic culture. Do you work in a workplace that has a toxic culture? Or more importantly, do you lead a company or an organization that has a toxic culture? I think that's an exciting topic because toxic workplaces can really mess things up. But fear not, because today we'll also explore how some companies have transformed from what I call toxic to terrific, achieving incredible results. So get ready for a deep dive into the world of workplace culture and what creates success. Let's kick things off by understanding what a toxic workplace culture really is. It's not just a couple of bad days at work. Anybody can have a bad day. Sometimes we might think, is that a sign of a toxic work culture? Well, not really. A toxic work culture is an ongoing issue that can seriously harm a company's productivity and employee well-being. In fact, according to Greg Barnett, who is a senior vice president at the Predictive Index, he describes it this way, which I think is really great. A toxic culture occurs when psychological safety and employee morale degrade to unhealthy levels. It's like a disease that needs to be confronted head on before it spreads and damages everything in its path. So, how do we spot the signs of a toxic workplace? Really important, especially as a leader, to know how to do that. Let's dive into 3 indicators that can help us identify this troubling environment. First up, high employee turnover and absenteeism. These are glaring red flags that indicate a toxic work environment is happening, and it costs companies millions of dollars every year. So if you look around and there's a high level of turnover and employees aren't showing up, there's a high level of absenteeism, that's a sure sign that there is a toxic workplace going on, and it is something that needs to be fixed and addressed. The second sign is generally poor leadership. Here's a shocking statistic for you. 58% of employees who have left a job, think about this, more than half, say that it was due to a toxic culture and they blame their managers directly as the ultimate reason. Managers hold the key to creating a positive work culture, and their behavior has a tremendous impact on employee well-being. And the third sign of a toxic work culture is a lack of respect and appreciation. Feeling undervalued or disrespected at work is a major toxin. Can you believe that a quarter, 1 out of 5 employees, don't feel respected or valued in their current job? They don't see seen, heard, celebrated in any way. That's a serious blow to morale and the overall well-being of any organization. Now, let's talk about the real cost of a toxic workplace. In the United States alone, toxic cultures have caused 20% of employees to leave their job within the last 5 years. That alone has resulted in a staggering cost. Just hear this number, $223 billion in the US alone as a result of toxic work cultures. These numbers are mind-boggling, and they do highlight the urgency of addressing toxicity in any workplace and the detrimental effects that can have on organizations. But let's not lose hope. Let's now shift gears and dive into an inspiring story of a company that was once toxic but managed to turn things around. So picture this. This is a client of mine, a company where office politics ruled the day. Managers didn't listen to their teams, and communication was dishonest and outright disrespectful. It was a truly toxic environment. But then some incredible things happened. The company's leadership realized the immense cost of this toxic culture, both in terms of the financial loss and maybe even more importantly, the well-being of their employees. They decided to make a change, starting with themselves, top down. The leaders took a step back, reevaluated their own values, and committed to creating a healthy and inclusive work environment. They focused on training their managers in soft skills, like active listening, transparent communication, authenticity, and transformational leadership. They understood that managers play a pivotal role in shaping the company's culture, and investing in their development was a key element to the transformation they wanted. The company implemented a values-driven approach where every decision, every action aligned with their core values. They created training programs, workshops, and activities centered around these values, ensuring that everyone in the organization understood and lived into them. And you know what? The transformation was nothing less than incredible. As a result, the toxic behaviors faded away. A sense of trust, respect, and collaboration took their place. Employees felt valued and appreciated, and as a result of that, their performance soared. The company's productivity and financial results went through the roof. In the end, they learned that wellness in the workplace is the real secret to success. This success story shows us that a toxic workplace culture can be turned around. It does take time, commitment, and involvement from everyone, from the executive leadership to managers and employees alike. By focusing on creating a positive and supportive environment, we can pave the way for success and achieve incredible results. Now, that wraps up our discussion on toxic workplaces, their signs, cost, and the incredible power of transformation. Remember, you have the ability to shape the culture of your workplace and make a positive impact. Thank you for joining me today, and don't forget to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again. If you've got an idea of what you think can help create a more supportive environment and eliminate toxicity, put it in the comments below. I look forward to seeing you again next time, and until we're together, remember, always think bravely and act boldly.